everyone, welcome to the final day of the Creative Elements Challenge. And the creative task for today is to paint a bunch of mini paintings in your sketchbook. And we'll be using this as a way of generating compositional ideas for your art. But I don't want you to get too bogged down in the composition side of things. We want to keep this very flexible and fluid and keep having fun and experimenting in our sketchbooks without worrying too much. So I have in front of me a little bit of an example of what we will be doing. So once again, we'll be dividing the page up into squares. And this time I used a ruler and a graphite pencil to do that rather than tape. So that's always an option. You can use tape if you want to, or you can rule it up, or you can just freehand it. It's up to you. But working small is incredibly helpful when it comes to working through your ideas. So this is a way to get a lot of things happening in a short space of time and give you something that you can then draw on later. So you can see in the example, I've kept the color palette on this one very simple. But one of the things that I have focused on is getting in that variety of values. So light areas, medium areas, and dark areas. So that's something good to think about as you work through this exercise. And you can see that, in an example like this, we have the light, the medium, and the dark. So you can see on this example that the active areas are in different places. So I've tried out using, for example, this top corner. This one here has got more of a vertical flow, horizontal flow, circular, more of a scattered effect. So I'm trying out different things and also putting in a focal area in different places. So if you look at the darkest part of each one of these, they're all spread out in different areas of the squares. So this is another example, and I wanted to show you how you can keep going and elevate it. So I've added into this spread another color. I brought in the Naphthamide Maroon, and I added in some acrylic paint. So I'm building up that mixed media juiciness on this one and adding in little details. So these are becoming more like mini paintings. So it's up to you how you want to approach it. I'll take you through an example very similar to this in a minute, and you can follow along if you want to, or you can combine your own ideas and reflect on the work that you've already done and come up with your own way of painting mini paintings. And in doing that, make sure that you do go back and check out all the work that you have done so far in this challenge, because that might give you some ideas as to how you want to approach your mini paintings. And go back to your color palettes and see if there is a particular color palette that you want to spend some time with and really get to know. So for me, I will continue on with this color palette here, but instead of using the quinacridone deep gold, when I was doing the challenge on day 3, I enjoyed working with coffee. So I've decided to swap out that color, and rather than use the watercolor paint, I'm going to use the coffee. So that's what I'm talking about. Go back to what you've done, pull out little pieces from all the exercises, and let's paint a bunch of mini paintings. So sometimes it takes me longer to rule up my page than it does to actually paint the painting. So there you go. So I'm just starting with a 1 centimetre board. So I've worked out that 8.5 centimetre squares seems to work in this particular sketchbook. So I kept this palette because I wanted to show you just how beautiful palettes can be. I like to keep them sometimes if they're a good example of colour mixes that I like, and I use them in my collage work or just for inspiration on my pinup board. Okay, so I'll be starting with the lightest colour for these, and for that I'm using a mixture of Goethite and white acrylic ink. But if you have a white watercolour, you could use that. You could mix that into the Goethite. You don't necessarily need to mix watercolour and acrylic ink, but it's just something that I like to do. I also have some coffee that I've mixed up here, and I've Mixed it up so that it's quite saturated. So I haven't added a lot of water because I want to use this as my dark colour. Around me I have various tools. So to get different kinds of shapes and marks into these examples, I have things like my catalyst tools and the feather. I think somewhere I've got the twig here, and palette knife. I've got my palette knife and a different kind of brush as well. This is a dagger brush, which has an interesting shape to it. So it's good to have a few options so that you can get some variety into all of this. So let's start. So I'm going to begin the first one with some kind of circular shape. And then over here, I'm looking at something a little bit more of a up and down. So I might use a bit of the coffee. So I'm going to come back to this one now and use the feather dipped into the coffee. So now I have picked up the dagger brush. Now for the coffee. So now I am using my Catalyst mini blade here just to mix up some paint. So I'm trying to use different things, keep it experimental. And I'm filling right into that top corner. Trying to get very concentrated dark bits of coffee in that corner there. Even though I'm only using a very limited amount of colours, I'm getting some variety there and a difference between the light, medium and dark areas. So these are almost dry and I'm going to mix up a bit of this or add water to this Naphthamide Maroon. So I'm going to bring a bit of this colour over here and then grab cup of tea is in the way. I love the layering effect that you get when you allow some drying time and you come back over the top. It's absolutely beautiful. Need a little bit of patience with this exercise today. So that's where I'll leave these, I was going to say 3, there's 4 there. That's where I'll leave these 4. And then if you want to, you can even come back and add in some little details with paint pen. You could add some acrylic paint. You could bring in a botanical shape or something like that over the area. There are many different options, so take a look back at the work that you've done for inspiration. So these have dried and I'm going to add just a little bit more onto a couple of them. So I'm using acrylic paint this time round, and I have the Matisse brand here, Antique White and Skin Tone Light. I'll mix those colours together. So I'm going to add some of this paint over the top. And then I'm going to use my catalyst tool to scrape into it. So I have my feather and it's got a lovely pointy end on it. And I'm going to dip that into the same paint that I mixed up, so the acrylic paint. You could do this with a paint pen if you wanted to. But because I like this colour, this off-white colour, I'm using this paint. And now I'm just going to add some little dots through here. So just adding that little pop of contrast with the light colour. So that's where I'm going to leave these 4 mini paintings. Let me get my eraser and rub out the lines. So that's always nice to see them without those pencil lines. I'm just using a dry brush to sweep off the eraser, so I don't want it to go into the wet paint. So there you have 4 little mini paintings, and they all have different compositions and also different mark making ideas. So you might want to, at this stage, go back to some of your other pages from the rest of the days in this challenge, and you can add in some marks or botanicals or extra layers. So I hope that this gives you the confidence to keep exploring and filling up your sketchbooks. Well, I think that's everything for now. Once again, I want to say thank you to everyone for joining me for this 5-day challenge.